Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I am Natalie Herbeck, and we have a sweet show for you today. Let me tell you, we are covering cakes, donuts, pies, and more. Sweet spots all over Northeast Ohio, including this great shop that's right here in Berea. We'll bring you here, but first, we are heading to downtown Elyria for some delectable donuts on the go. This is Espresso Bakery.
Then the holes got to be taken out.
Onions, would you like them toasted?
Espresso Bakery is an old-fashioned bakery where we actually put our hands on everything and nothing gets shipped and frozen. We actually make everything. This is for yeast-raised donuts. We have donuts, we have yeast-raised cake donuts. We also have bagels. We make New York-style bagels. And New York-style bagels are not like bread bagels. We form them, and then after we form them, we put them in the refrigerator, retarder actually. We put them in there for 2 days so they can set, so they get a flavor. Then after they get that flavor, then we take it out, and then we boil the bagels, which that brings the starch to the surface. And when it brings the starch to a surface, it gives it a crusty outside and a soft center. Then once it's done boiling on both sides, then we put it on actually an oak board, and we put the seeds down. And then we put it in the oven, and the reason we do that is that way it doesn't stick to the oven, the seeds. And then we flip it over, and then we let it bake out in the oven on a pizza stone for about 20 minutes. Who don't like a donut? And especially who don't like a good donut? I mean, donut can go with anything. You can have a donut for lunch, dinner, breakfast. What's better than a donut? We usually carry at least 6 different filled donuts. We have apple filled donuts, we have apple fritters, we have cinnamon rolls. We actually have a casada donut. One of the girls came up with it. It's got custard and it's got strawberry in it. What Chris is doing here is he's making apple fritters, and he takes the leftover dough from the donuts that we made and cut out, and he chops it up real fine and mixes cinnamon in it. And then after the cinnamon's mixed in, then he adds apples.
Do you want me to get your fritters now?
Please. They're very popular. We've actually sold 500 or 600 fritters in one day. We have espressos, lattes, cappuccinos, mochas. I can't even say the names. There's so many different names.
Another glaze?
Customer service is really important. You know, you want to treat people with respect, and you want to give them a good product too.
2 glaze cake?
Community has been great. Support's been really good from the community. My favorite part is the face they make when they eat a donut. When you come in here, you want to have your belly full and leave with a smile.
Espresso Bakery is on 4th Street in Elyria. All right, I say we take a look at this awesome location that's right here in Berea. A mom and her 2 lovely daughters have put this all together. This is 3 Girls Cupcake Shop.
Three Girls Cupcake Shop has most recently been referred to as a cupcakery. So we specialize in cupcakes, but we also do what we like to call our alley pies. They're oatmeal cream pies. We do pepperoni bread. We do cookies. So there is a variety here. It's not just cupcakes. We wanted to open it. It started way back when my daughter asked to visit an aunt out of state. She wanted to take a plane, and we had told her that she didn't understand how expensive plane tickets were, so her father and I told her she had to do something to raise money, and that whatever she didn't make, her and her father and I would make up for that. And she said, well, let's have a bake sale. So I said, that's a great idea. And we started making cupcakes, and people said that, oh, you should really sell these. And I was like, no, it's just something small we're doing. And they were like, no, you should think about it. So we ended up creating a Facebook page from there, and then it just sort of blew up. As far as the cupcakes go, we change our flavors weekly. We have 6 different flavors every week, but one of the flavors is always casada. Casada always stays because it happens to be the favorite of everyone since we've opened. So we always keep that one, and then we always have 6 different flavors of macarons. Those will always stay, and then we have specialty treats like turnovers or brownies and things like that that will change every time you come in. The casada cupcake is a white cake, and it has a Bavarian cream filling with a strawberry inside, and then it has a whipped frosting with another strawberry on top. We have people who come in here just for the alley pies. Allison is my head baker and manager of the bakery here, and they're what people commonly know as Little Debbie, except her name's Allison, so we call them Little Alley Pies, and they're far from little. They're actually about the size of your hand, and she said we're not allowed to tell what's inside, but it is her famous highly whipped buttercream, and they're absolutely amazing. I always say less is more. And you know, everything here is gourmet. All the cupcakes are gourmet, and they're all made from scratch and, you know, from the best ingredients. But people will be like, oh, what do you put in this? And you'll be surprised to know that there's really not a lot to all of them. You can come in and take anything out of the display at any time during the day. We do custom orders. We just do call ahead to make sure for availability. We do catering, we do weddings, so any of that. I support a lot of other local small businesses within here. So we do have an entire display case that is egg, soy, dairy, gluten, vegan, tree nut, peanut free, and they're all provided from another local home small bakery called Bakes and Cakes for All. We have keto-friendly granola, and granola provided by a home kitchen called Copstetter's Kitchen. We have something for everybody. My favorite part at the end of the day when I close is all of the fingerprints on my display case. That's my absolute favorite part. And everyone will bring their kids in, they'll be like, no, 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 don't touch the glass. I'm like, no, touch the glass. I love when you touch the glass because it means they love what they see.
Three Girls Cupcake Shop is on West Street here in Berea. All right, when we come back, we are taking a bite out of some home-style pies. Yummy. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. We are continuing our Sweet Treats road trip, and we happen to be heading to Amherst for a third-generation pie shop. They're made just the way Grandma would make them way back when, and it is delicious. This is Mama Jo Pies.
Mama Jo Pies is a third-generation family-owned and operated business. We started off in Vermilion, Ohio, and now we're in Amherst, and we're about 14,000 square feet building. About 11,000 square feet of our bakery is where we make all the pies for distribution in our retail area and throughout Medina County, Lorain County, and Cuyahoga County. The pie baking started back with my grandma and her sisters. They started making pies for different catering events, and people started requesting the pies more than the pizza and the catering food, so just kind of snowballed into they were making more pies, they needed more room, so my mom, Johanna, and her brother Peter, they went into business together and started a pie shop, and from there it just kind of evolved into this family business here that we are now. We bake all of our pies from scratch daily, so they're baked fresh. We have about 36 different flavors and 3 different sizes, the 10-inch, 8-inch, and 6-inch, so there's always something for everyone when you come in. The most popular is our apple pie, and close second would be the lemon or chocolate pie. Our strawberry pies are our best seller during strawberry season, so typically we bring them back around Valentine's Day and right around Labor Day is when they go away. And it's a layer of cream cheese at the bottom with fresh cut strawberries and a strawberry glaze on top. We only use the freshest available strawberries. The number one thing that we hear from customers a lot when they first come in, especially if they aren't, they're not a veteran customer, they go to pick up the bag, they can't believe how heavy our pie is. It's about a 4-pound, 10-inch pie, because that's all we put in our fruit pies is fruit. There's only a little bit of starch and sugar just to kind of hold it together, but it's not filled with, canned, slurry, syrupy goo. Like, you actually can feel the weight of the real fruit that's in all of our pies. We have a variety of strudels, cookies, cream puffs, cheesecakes are really popular. We do pumpkin rolls around the holiday times. My brother is in charge of all the baking, and I'm in charge of pretty much everything else, the front end of it, the sales, marketing. Average, we can make on a slow day, we're making about 300, anywhere up to 3,000. Again, for Thanksgiving, we're so busy, we're making about 27 to 28,000 pies in the 3 days leading up to Thanksgiving. It's very humbling because you are a big deal in someone else's home for the holidays. You are the dessert that's bringing people together. A cup of coffee, a slice of pie, you're just enjoying family time together. And in the midst of it, when we're tired and we don't want to make any more pies, ever see them again, and when you think about that, it kind of makes it all worth it to know that, you know, we're able to provide that for lots and lots of customers.
Mama Joe Pies is located in Amherst. You can either give them a call or place an order online. All right, let's head to Medina now, where we are going to show you some caramel gourmet apples like you have never seen before.
Candy Apple & Company is a boutique on Medina Square. We have a lot of inexpensive gifts, fun gifts that are easily grabbed for a birthday or just a fun gift for our friends. We have jewelry. There's a lot of skincare, candles. We do letter art where you can custom make pictures and photographs to commemorate an event or to highlight a birthday or a birth or just a family name. And our primary focus is our hand-dipped caramel apples. We do over 70 hand-dipped flavors. We actually started as a landscape company and it just evolved through the years. My husband grew up on an apple farm and I grew up doing chocolate with my family and my mom for the holidays and things like that. And as our business grew, we just started discussing the possibility of adding the apples in and just started making them, and it just grew and snowballed from there. We started with your basic flavors that you would think about, like your M&Ms, your Oreo, pretzel. And then honestly, you know, a few trips into the grocery store, all of a sudden you start seeing different things and you start realizing, oh my gosh, let's try that on the apple. And the more things that we tried, the more things that would work. It's kind of ironic because our crazy flavors are actually our best flavors, but until you try it, you would never guess that. So one of our best apples is our Nacho Average Apple. And that one is actually caramel with white chocolate and crushed Doritos. We have some savory flavors. We do like a dark chocolate with Chex Mix. Our lemon drop apple is one of the best apples we make. We keep a good amount stocked in the boutique all the time, so you can at least come in and have a good number to choose from. We make them here daily, so we do roughly over 200 apples a day. So if you come in and we're making them and we don't have something in stock, you can always, you know, talk with us and we'll have it ready for you right away. We do cheese-covered apples. We take different varieties of apples and we coat them in softer cheeses that pair with the variety. And then we coat them with crushed crackers and they slice beautifully and pair wonderfully with a glass of wine. It's a great like ladies' night out or late night snack. We also do our sweet center apple where we core out the apple. We coat it with a pie crust. And then we fill it with chocolate, caramel, different flavorings, and then we bake it. And then that slices, and you have your soft center with some whipped topping. And then we just added in some apple cider slushies. We also do sell our apples in some of the Bueller's locations and in the Acme locations. So there's always a way when you're out and about that you can pick up an apple and get your favorite flavor. You know what, it's been incredible. You get so, like, on this end of it, when you're just making the apples and running the business, sometimes you lose sight of like what you've really done. And sometimes when we really take a step back, it's almost like we don't even realize that we're popping out all these apples on a daily basis. And it's been a really fun, unexpected turn for the business and such a great passion to have. And it was just unknown and kind of unplanned, and it's become so much fun for all of us.
Candy Apple & Co. is located right in the heart of Medina. on the square. Still to come here on our quest for sweet treats, donuts and cookies in Bellevue. Welcome back. Our next stop is bringing us to Cleveland for a shop that's not only sweet, but savory too. This is Half Moon Bakery.
Half Moon Bakery is like a gourmet empanadas house where we incorporate some pastry also. And we decided to put bakery because we make our own bread that we use for the sandwiches and the fresh goods. We are not traditional Puerto Rican bakery. We just like to do different kind of food. My mom used to be a pastry chef, and she used to do classes at college. So I grew up in like a business, family around. So we used to have about 5 restaurants in Puerto Rico. So I started working in bakeries and different restaurants. So I got 1 chicken, 1 beef, 1 veggie Argentina, the Cuban sandwich, and the chipotle fries. Empanada is like turnovers, but we fry them. And then we stuff it with whatever we want to or like to. Anything that tastes good, we just do the empanada. We have beef, we have chicken and vegetarian. And then the Argentina style is when we open, and then we put some dry slaw, cilantro, tomatoes, and garlic aioli. Most of the people that comes know about empanadas, but they get surprised because of the different flavors. So they want it, sometimes it's so difficult to order 1 or 2 because they want the whole menu. We offer dulce de leches, cupcakes. We do one that has been a good seller, is the peach mango. Also we had the strawberry lemonade cupcake. We also have one flan and cake together, and we call it cheesecake flan cake. Flan is kind of like a very thick custard that we do with like caramel, and we bake it like sometimes for 4 hours. And then, so now we mix it like half of the flan, and then we do a cake batter that we mix together and we bake it. Quesito. So that's a traditional pastry from Puerto Rico. It's made with puff pastry. We put cream cheese, but we also have another flavor that is cream cheese and guava. This dream we didn't know when will be come true. And now that we have it, we are like sometimes like, I don't believe it.
Half Moon Bakery is located on West 25th Street in Cleveland. Okay, we're gonna take you now to a hometown bakery that is delighting both visitors and locals alike. This is Coppertop Bake Shop.
Coppertop Bake Shop is a little small hometown bakery. We're kind of a cafe also. We sell all types of items, everything from donuts to barista coffees to small lunches and breakfast items. I was actually a mechanic in a factory, and I was miserable, and I always baked my whole life. And one day I kind of walked in, I said, "This place is beautiful, I love this." And he said, "Well, I'd like to sell it." I said, "Well, I'd like to buy it," so here we are. Family, friends, I have a great group of girls that work here and a couple guys actually that help out too. I love my regulars. We get a diverse bunch of people in here, everything from elderly to young children. When I was a mechanic, I worked 12-hour shifts and I was exhausted. And here I work longer, but I'm not. It's just something that I love to do. And I Even when I have a day off, I'm wondering what's going on up there. You know, do I need to check in? When you do what you love, it changes the whole dynamic.
We do a lot of donuts. And when I say a lot of donuts, I mean we do a lot of donuts. We do an average of at least 30 or so different types of donuts every single day. We do everything from cake donuts to yeast donuts, filled donuts. We have, I think, 20 different filling flavors that we do. We have, you know, your classic cream filling and your custard filling and your raspberry, but we've got strawberry, apple, lemon, blueberry, chocolate, peanut butter, cookies and cream filling, hot chocolate. I mean, the sky's the limit. Everybody has that memory of Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter when Grandma would make some cookies and have a tray at your family dinner. Well, that's what we have. We have Grandma's cookies here. My grandma is 71 and she still comes in and we make all our cookies fresh from scratch here. Our sour cream sugar cookie is probably our best seller, right with the chocolate chip. And that's an old family recipe that we've been doing ever since I was a little girl. Top it with frosting and sprinkles and you just can't beat it. Coffee. I'd say we have probably close to 40 different syrup flavors that we can do. Everything from banana to sweet heat syrup, which is a ghost pepper syrup. And there's a lot of different combinations that you can make.
And your maple cream. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
We have a drive-through. This building used to be a bank. It was actually the bank's drive-through that they used for their deposits, and we started with it and it just went. That is actually what keeps us going some days. On the bad snowy weather days, the bad rain, when nobody wants to get out of their car.
I love the people. I love the people that come in here. We're like a family, you know. We have our regulars and you know, and it's great to have my family working with me also, you know, and my employees are now friends. So that's the best part of it.
Coppertop Bake Shop is located in Bellevue. I just love the name, right? Go and check them out. Okay, when we come back, a young Medina girl's made from scratch bakery. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland and our Sweet Treats road trip. Hope you've been enjoying yourself so far. We are going to head to Medina right now, where a young girl is making her baking dreams come true. This is Frosted Cake Shop.
It started when I was 2 that I loved to bake, and then when I was little, I loved to bake. I loved to decorate cakes. I love helping to bake with my mom. And then when I turned 10, my mom said I could have a bakery, and I got it.
We had for years, I think, we sat every time we watched like a baking show or a competition or whatnot, she would always talk about what she would want in her bakery and how she would want it. And we sat about 5 years ago and came up with a name, and then the space became available and decided to go ahead and take the leap for her, and here we are.
I like to be the front and help people get their orders, and if I'm allowed to come in the back and help them bake, I would do that and help them decorate stuff.
Well, we always knew McKinley had to go back to school, so it's kind of important. So, and knowing that she can't spend, 18 hours in the kitchen. So we sought a executive baker, and she came from the gods above. And she interviewed, she brought us a cake for her interview, and McKinley was sold on Marley from day one, didn't even want to interview anybody else.
I brought my cake in and fell in love with the shop as soon as I walked in. All of the children were here, which made me really excited because I'm really into family-oriented businesses. I'm kind of being the person for her that I wish I had when I was 10 years old, trying to bake and learn things on my own. I watched cooking shows, and now she can watch someone cooking in person, so it's more so like as I'm doing things, hey, this is how I do it, why don't you do it? And now she's learning new recipes. I mean, she's 10 years old making ganache, making cakes, and she's killing it. She's doing a great job. We have our lava cakes, which is our standard cake recipe, which is extra fudgy chocolate cake. We fill it with ganache, we bathe it in ganache, and then because it's the hot fudge flavor, we top it with ice cream scoop of frosting, fudge, sprinkles, and a cherry. Our cupcakes are a huge hit. We like to offer as many flavors as possible, kind of to show people also the flavors that we do offer. We have over 60 flavors. The cupcakes we also do as cakes. So we have our Muddy Buddy cupcakes, which is our fudgy chocolate cake filled with peanut butter buttercream that we make here. Everything that we sell, we make here. It's from scratch, local ingredients, as fresh as possible. We have our wedding cake, which sells really well. It's an almond cake, raspberry preserves that we get from Richardson Farms. And we top that with our vanilla buttercream. Our Death by Chocolate's a huge hit. Anything you could think chocolate, that cupcake is. We really like to advertise the fact that our sugar cookies are something Grandma would be proud of. We don't use the royal icing, which is very pretty, but buttercream's really pretty also. It tastes even better. We do tons of custom orders. We hand paint cakes. We do fondant cakes. We do buttercream cakes. We draw on our cakes. Anything someone wants us to do, we're gonna do it for them. Well, McKinley has a great heart. She's really sweet, she's dedicated, she's definitely mature for her age. She brings up, but also being mature for her age, she does bring that kid's spirit and joy into the bakery. So although I can look at it from adults' point of view and be like, oh yeah, I would love this, and the parents will love this, she brings in like the kids would love this and that. So that way we can really connect with all of our clientele.
The reason why I got here, because I kept dreaming, and then today I finally got it. So my advice is probably keep dreaming, and one day you'll finally do it.
Aw, you're so cute.
Frosted Cake Shop is located on South Court Street in Medina. All right, who's ready for a coffee break? We're gonna hit the road and head to Hayesville for Brewed Coffee and Donuts.
Brewed Coffee and Donuts is an absolute dream come true. It's just, I've always wanted to have a coffee shop. It is so homey, friendly, inviting, and it's just everything I dreamed that it would be. I have always wanted to own a coffee shop for years and years and years. As we were processing with the coffee part of it, my husband's like, well, you need something other than just coffee. And then we just added to the donut part of it. One thing just kind of led to another, and as we've been here, we've been able to even extend our menu to breakfast sandwiches. We serve quiche, burritos, and everything is done fresh baked back in our kitchen. The drinks that are most popular, I would have to say right now, depending on the weather, if it's hot, they go with more of like a smoothie or a frappe. A lot of people just like a plain old dark roast coffee. So we do have drinks that are not coffee related. We do lots of frappes with lots of different kind of flavoring. We do smoothies. We do offer 4 different kinds of smoothies. And then we do have milk, iced tea, iced coffees, iced lattes, that type of thing. Okay. We have 12 different variety of donuts that we do. We do the cream sticks, which are probably our #1 seller. And then we have our glazed, and we have blueberry, apple fritters, cake donuts, lots of them. Our donuts are a combination of just everything. We do chocolate vanilla cake, we do blueberry, and then we go into the raised, which can be glazed or iced, according to whatever they want. And then it can go into like the cream sticks and that type of thing. Again, depending on the day, I would have to say the most popular donut would be a cream stick. Start to finish, I have a group that comes in about 3:30, 4 o'clock every morning. They start in the kitchen, and we bake all of our donuts. We do not deep fry. They go about baking them, and they cool them, and then they frost them according to however they would like to for the day. If they have a special donut of the day that we're going to be giving, then we'll do that. We do have a drive-through as well, and it's the first drive-through in Hayesville, Ohio, so it's been kind of exciting. And people do use it quite often. It's very handy especially if they have kids or just can't get out of their car. If I could describe Brewed Coffee and Donuts in one sentence, I would just have to say It's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Brewed Coffee and Donuts is in Hayesville. You can check them out on Facebook for their current hours. All right, when we come back, we are getting sweet in the suburbs. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. How about a sweet treat and a smile? It's on the menu at Stick to Your Buns Bakery.
Some of the things that you'll find when you come into Stick to Your Buns Bakery are giant cookies, lots of different pastries, cakes, kolaczkis that are handmade, Boston cream bomb, which is just like a Boston cream pie, but it is in a circle shape. It has cake and custard. It's covered in chocolate ganache. And we also do cinnamon rolls and sticky buns. Our sticky buns are very special because they are covered in caramel and pecans. They are ginormous. We are gonna start making sticky buns. You are going to take butter, a cinnamon and brown sugar mixture. So in every bite that you take, you have cinnamon and brown sugar, and start rolling. And I just cut straight through the dough. I do have some melted caramel in here, chopped pecans, and then I take them and put them in and I push them down. And then they are gonna go in an oven at 350 degrees for just about an hour. And then we take the sticky buns from here, piping hot, gooey sticky buns. We came up with the name for our bakery just sitting on the couch one night, wanting something catchy that if someone saw us driving by, they would be like, oh, stick to your buns, let's go inside and see what they have. It was very important to us to make this bakery affordable for people because growing up, we didn't have a whole lot and I would not go to a bakery and spend a fortune. So I'm trying to keep prices as low as possible, such as giant sugar cookies for $1.25. We do make custom cookie cutters. So we 3D print cutters for whatever people should want. We also have the capability of doing edible images on sugar cookies for any occasion. I do take orders. A week's notice is wonderful. If we're in a pinch, I'm always there for people. It is very satisfying to have repeat customers or regulars. I really enjoy seeing kids grow up. Just in the 2 years that we were open, I've watched kids grow from baby, newborn to, a couple years old, and they get so excited when they come in here and see the cookies.
Stick to Your Buns is located on Center Ridge Road in Westlake. All right, there is a bakery in the suburbs that not only offers bubble tea, but all kinds of other delicious treats. This is Sweetly Siobhan.
Sweetly Siobhan is a bakery that's located in Garfield Heights. I started it with my mom, and basically we're just a bubble tea and bakery. So it's all different types of pastries. I do breakfast pastries. We got muffins and danishes, and I have this egg bread that I learned about when I was in Korea. It's basically like a 3-in-1 breakfast. It's like a pancake muffin on the bottom, a whole egg. It's got bacon on top and then cheese, parsley, and other seasonings on top of it. It's really delicious, and I've gotten a lot of people hooked on it. They've just started coming in for that. But I also do cakes, pies, sugar cookies. I've been baking since I was 6 or even younger. My mom saw that I had a love for this, and she put me in cooking schools out in Chesterland, Ohio. I think it's Loretta Paganini's School of Cooking. So I took a couple classes there, and then I've just been cooking ever since. And then I went to Le Cordon Bleu in Pittsburgh for my schooling, and that's where I got my professional learning from. I wanted to be very welcoming and affordable, because I know the area that we're in, not everybody can afford expensive pastries, but I want to bring them expensive pastries, but like at a price that people can afford. So I think that's probably what sets us apart, is that it's affordable. It's a really cute, fun, happy atmosphere, and we're just really excited to be here. I would recommend the bubble tea. It's basically just a tea-based drink. You can either have it black tea, green tea, or we have it a lemonade. And we have 6 different flavors that you can choose from. And so it's like a fruit tea. I wouldn't have anything going on in here if it wasn't for them. My mom is in here with me every morning till we close when she can be, but my parents also own a business themselves, so her being here when she has other obligations means a lot to me. And my family is, because we're, you know, relatively new, they're working for free, and like they mean the world to me. Like this wouldn't be possible without them. It's like a really detailed science, and that's something that I've been interested too. So if I didn't go into baking, I wanted to do something that was dealing with science. But I found baking, so it was a good win-win for me because I really love doing what I'm doing right now. So I wanted to be a happy place that anybody is welcome to come into and, you know, get some treats, or if they want, they could just sit down and enjoy their bubble tea in the corner, doing working on school stuff, or, you know, writing a book or something.
Sweetly Siobhan is located on Turney Road in Garfield Heights. All right, when we return, enjoy something sweet and refreshing. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. How about heading to Ohio City, where you can wash down all of those sweet treats with a fruit smoothie from Smooth Rider.
So Sweet and Smooth is 2 food trucks here in Northeast Ohio that combine to join forces for a brick and mortar store here in Ohio City. I own Smooth Rider food truck with my girlfriend Lydia. We do smoothies and ice blended coffees. And we combined with Dave Sotherington. He owns Sweet, the mobile cupcakery, and here he's the Cupcakery. So it's a pretty cool thing. Smoothies, coffee, cupcakes, kind of little niche, 2 niche trucks, kind of little trendy thing here, kind of like a Brew Nuts thing with the donuts and beer, but smoothies and cupcakes here.
Starting to branch out a little bit more. We get a lot of morning people through getting coffee, so I'm starting to bake scones. We're gonna add muffins probably eventually too, just to give people a variety, get something different.
Over the last 3 years, we've been wanting to come up with a brick and mortar store. A lot of our customers, you know, want our products in the wintertime or all year round. So that was kind of where that came from, is that, you know, a lot of our fan bases and customer base, you know, have been kind of asking for it. So 2 of the most popular ones are Kokomo Kale, which is our green smoothie, and our Dragonberry. So the Kokomo Kale is my favorite. I love talking about that one because I am like never been a big fan of greens. I don't eat salad, which is really weird, don't eat lettuce. So I'm able to sell that one to people even if they kind of like scoff at it because it's got kale in it. But it's unbelievable. It's dairy-free, which is awesome. So it's a dairy-free yogurt, which is made with coconut milk. It's got live cultures in it. Now we put, what we kind of do, we kind of keep something secret. So we use some alternative liquids in our smoothies. We don't use much juice because juice has so much calories and sugar, and a lot of these other smoothie places use that. So we find alternative liquids to kind of blend in our smoothies. So in this one we use clementine liquid, and we blend that with chia seeds, spinach, kale, mangoes, and pineapples, and a squirt of lime juice.
Our most popular is probably the Billy Idol. And people go, what's Billy Idol? When I tell them that it's white wedding cake, they go, oh, I get it. So that's probably our most popular, along with the Buckeye, which is chocolate peanut butter with a Reese cup on top. There's a triple chocolate, we call it Tri-C. There's salted caramel, and there's a red velvet. Those are the flavors we always have on our truck. And then I always do some kind of a seasonal cupcake. It wasn't like I had a passion for cupcakes, like, oh my gosh, I want to live this dream. It was a trend that 8 years ago, that and food trucks were just starting to kind of hit the market. I don't have any equipment on my truck. I can't really bake on my truck. So when I'm here in the store, I can experiment, I can change things.
Our whole thing here in our mission with our product and our menu is to kind of keep it condensed and have a category that has dairy and a category that's dairy-free. We have a mix of ice blended coffees, cold brew, and hot coffee here. We're kind of just getting our feet wet with that before we kind of branch off into more coffee, like lattes and such. But it's so far so good with the coffee. Six Shooter's an awesome company, and we're really impressed with carrying their coffee here, and especially their cold brew.
Smooth Rider is located on West 28th Street in Ohio City. Can't believe it, we're down to the last one, and we're heading to Cleveland Heights for our Sweet Fix.
Sweet Fix Bakery is a small bakery here in Cleveland Heights. We serve a variety of treats, from cookies to cupcakes to cakes and pies, and we even serve ice cream. Our most popular item would definitely be our cupcakes, from our red velvet to our key lime and our chocolate. Those are the cupcakes that we have daily. Sweet Fix cake is our basic cake. It's a lemon glazed pound cake. It's named after our bakery. We have the Yum Yum cake, which is bananas, pecans, and pineapples with a cream cheese frosting. We make red velvet cake, chocolate cake. We also have pies, an assortment of pies, Oreo pie, sweet potato pie, and we serve cheesecake. Our peach cobbler is a fan favorite, and we have a new dessert called a pineapple passion, which is on the form of a cobbler, but it's made of pineapples and apples, and a lot of our customers are liking that as well. We make chocolate chip and oatmeal raisin. Those are our daily variety. Chef has made sugar, butter, chocolate chip pecan, lemon cookies, you name it, we can make it.
Toasted bread.
We actually have a breakfast sandwich that we serve in the morning. So if there's someone in the neighborhood or driving by, they can come by and get a breakfast sandwich and a cup of coffee. He's always had the hobby of baking for family and friends, and his favorite item was the sweet potato pie. It was a recipe that my mother had, and she passed it on to him.
Baking stems in my family and my wife's family. I started off baking Big Mama, my grandmother on my mother's side, we call her Big Mama. My mother, my uncles baked, my mother-in-law. Actually, my mother-in-law is how I got started, because she used to make a sweet potato pie, and she taught me how to make that. And then I kept making it and tweaked it and made it my own, and actually that's what kicked me off baking. 6 eggs, one at a time.
It's fun, but it's also challenging, so we're learning as we go. It's definitely hard work because you're always working, so it's not like you have a day off. So even when we're home, we're still thinking about things to grow the business, because we can always improve.
The satisfaction that I get out of baking every day is for someone to tell me how good something that I made tastes. Put it in the oven.
Sweet Fix Bakery is located on Lee Road in Cleveland Heights. That is going to do it for our amazing sweet treat show today. I hope that traveling all over Northeast Ohio, we found maybe your Sweet Fix. It's time for mine. So I'm Natalie Herbeck, and I'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland. And thank you to Three Girls Cupcake Shop, because it's time to dig in.